pe salye li, n'a pe di li, bonsoir, good evening to you, my dear.
Bonsoir. Thank you so much, Jean-Claude.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know where you get the courage and the strength. I don't know where
Well
you
done.
get the quotes to do what you are doing. Because this woman owns two businesses, she's got a husband, and she's got a ton of constituents to take care of, as though this is not enough for her. She just established a second business in Boston. The first one was actually in Somerville. And for you folks who haven't visited the tip of the cow, is that right? You call it
tipping, tipping cow.
tipping cows. Si nou pa goûter ice cream la kay, Madame Silaza m'invite nou à goûter li nan fin program nan avò yon ide de ki kote ke yo ye. Listen, I'm gonna start from the beginning. Folks are saying it's too early. Why is
Mm.
she doing this? It happens already in Brockton. So, in other words, the naysayers have all the concept and the ideas of not seeing the vision that you are seeing. Explain to us why you see it differently.
So first of all, I don't know when it's going to be the right time for us to ever take that risk or take that step, especially when, for me, I couldn't sit on the sidelines and see how my people, how my residents were being impacted in the wrong way every single day by our mayor. Like, I could not stand by another 2, another 4, another 6 or 8 more years and just watch this continue to happen. And I believe that when we feel as if it is right to take that action to help our people, we should always take that step. And it's very similar to what my Congresswoman Ayanna Presley did when she challenged an incumbent. Our mayor has not been challenged with a good challenger for the last 8 years. His last challenger was in 2013. The city of Everett has changed so much. The city is a majority people of color right now, and we only have one black elected. One black elected. I think it's wrong, right? And we should be standing up and saying, let's fight for our people. Let's fight for our issues. Let's fight for solutions. And so, I don't know if there'll ever be a right time, but I do know that I prayed. I spoke to a lot of my residents. I was the number one who got the largest votes, right, as the first Black woman. And I think the timing just works perfectly well right now. So
Kwe ke
I,
tan ap mache korektman bien kon y a la, mouman apopriye se sa ger li fe nou konen. E jan di a la li fe an pisans, mesdames et messieurs, li pap jem konen ki le ka bon mouman pou le fe sa. Parce pou ne ki sou pouvoi depi toutan sa, li pa jem vreman genyen aucun defi ki leve kontre li men, li pa jem genyen, li fe ba yo kom sa doa, nan yon vil kote ke la gen majorite moun se moun noa ke yo ye, se moun de couleur, et c'est quand même difficile nan même ville ça, et jeune fille noire ça, c'est lui-même qui premier élu noir qui dans ville là. Ainsi donc, comme Marie-Jeanne Nguelier, il décidé que nous allons aller jusqu'au bout dans ces circonstances là ça, parce que nous allons changer la vie de population ça correctement. Ever since you announced this, ever since you predict this, ever since this movement has been going on, uh, how has it been? The support and everything else. Give us a blank picture of how everything is going on or has been going on.
yeah, I feel like elections, you never know how you're going to do, right? Until 8 o'clock that night of the election day, and then the results come in. But one thing I do know that we are in control of is hard work. And we've been knocking on doors since March. We've been making phone calls. We've been mailing. We've been reaching out to voters. We've been registering people to vote. And so we're making sure that on all ends, we're talking to people about why I'm running, why we need a new mayor. We are raising money. We are hosting events every single month. And so we are doing our part, and people are excited. People are excited. I mean, yes, there are some people who feels as if I, should have been on the council a little bit longer. Um, but again, our mayor was elected the same age that I am today, and nobody questioned his ability, and he won. He won. No one questioned his ability. Nobody questioned his age. Nobody questioned his experience. I have way more experience than he did when he ran. However, he's able to do it. And I'm praying this September, November, I'll be able to do the same.
Travay dur, se tit sa, se atribu sa ke li pote derrière do li. Li di kon sa ke y ap travay très 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 dur. Y ap travay très dur sou beton. Yo fè an pil kout fil, yo frape nan an pil pot, yo mobilize an pil moun, yo fè an pil événement, yo souleve autant d'argent possible, son mouvement de peuple que lié, et population excitée, li vraiment intéressé, et il y a moun qui dit kon sa que le devrait être plus que 2 ans, mais lui-même li dit kon sa que l'âge li gen, c'est exactement l'âge sa mère la te gen. Les mères a te monté sous pouvoir, li gen moins expérience passée elle, et pendant ce temps, il n'y a pas de questionnel pour qui raison qu'il y a questionnel aujourd'hui là. Nous sommes capables de comprendre son femme avec un garçon et certainement capable de gagner toute manipulation dans le domaine de ça qui fait qu'il y a questionnel comme ça. We have noticed that you are not the only one running, and there are two other people, the incumbents and somebody else. How advantageous or disadvantageous is it for Mr. De Maria to have another persons in the race? And how advantageous is it to you also?
Yeah, I welcome as many voices who want to get into the race, who think that they can represent and fight for our people. But however, my counselor Capone, he's been a city councilor for 18 years. He's been part of the system as well. And I think our mayor is more worried because, they're both Italians. So it may split the Italian vote. And I am the only person of color and woman. And so I bring something very different. So I know that there's been, the race has intensified.
C'est la fait nous connaître que li toujours encourager pour que y ait plus de monde qui a dans la course là, que c'est pas lui-même seulement. Euh, Monsieur qui a courir qui et lui-même, il a 18 ans depuis sous pouvoir tout en tant que conseiller municipal. Ça vient de l'auteur qui est capable de diviser vote là entre les Italiens, qui est capable de haïtienne s'il a sa opportunité en tant que personne de couleur pour que lui remporte la victoire dans le moment s'il a ça. It's true that the final will be coming into two individuals running against each other because there will be an eliminations on the primary on the 24th, not the 14th.
Yeah.
On the 24th of September, that's the day that you ought to get out there and vote. Le 24 septembre, c'est date ça qu'on a pour sortir pour nous voter pour lui-même qui est dans la cour Everett. Okay. Let's talk about those who have been standing, those that you have been standing on their shoulders, who've been supporting you and endorsing you. Can you go a little bit over the list with us? Because we have noticed quite a few lately.
Yes. So with organizations, the first union was the bus drivers in Boston. Then we have SEIU 509. We have Mass Alliance. We have the Environmental League Group. We have Massachusetts Sierra Club. I think that's it so far. I believe. Yes, I think that's it so far. Who's endorsed in terms of organization. In terms of people, we have elected officials, across different cities. in Somerville, Cambridge, Medford, Malden, Boston, and in Chelsea. So I'm excited about that. Um, yeah.
Il y a tout d'abord des unions et des organisations qui campent derrière Dolly, parmi lesquelles chauffeur busio SIALOGUE 509, Mass Alliance, il y a un groupe environnement qui campe ensemble avec lui, il y a un Sierra Club, et sans compter officiels qui sortent dans différentes villes, qui levaient camper ensemble avec lui. If I were to ask you, what's the pulse? How healthy do you think that your campaign looks today? What will be your evaluation?
You know, I'm so grateful to my team, my consultants, to my family, my friends. I love the way we've ran our campaign. This has been a campaign that I'm proud of. We first spent 60 days knocking on doors, talking to people about asking them what they want. Then we formed policies around it. We announced, and we made the center of the people first as the campaign theme. And, we've been able to talk to everyone in the city, not just super voters, but people who are newly registered to vote, people who may not vote in all these elections, just getting the word around. We've also raised money. Um, we've raised, I think, almost $140,000 for this race, which is a really good amount for a race against an incumbent in the city. And we got endorsements. So I think we've been doing good. I'm excited.
Moi, très excité et me penser que campagne a bien mené par le simple fait que, tout d'abord, nous passons 60 jours depuis que nous avons frappé porte et nous préparer et d'avoir dit des policiers pour des gars avec monde que nous parlons, nous faire associer peuple là qui centre thème de campagne ici là ça et nous considérer tout le monde dans la campagne correctement sans exception à la règle. Ce n'est pas seulement super voteurs. Nous considérer tout le monde, nous parler avec eux, nous essayer d'engager eux toutes. Nous ramasser plus de 140 000 dollars que nous pensons que sont un montant qui est assez intéressant pour la campagne ici, là, ça. Et nous vraiment à dégager nous correctement comme ça doit. Are there, within the few days that are left, should I say 23 or 24,
22.
22. Any surprises, any things that you may expect, any big endorsement that might be on the way that you're working on, besides the continuations of knocking on doors and speaking with people?
Yeah, we're working on two important endorsements, but I mean, if we win the primary, I think it will come out during the general. Um, we're going to have two forums, one tomorrow night and one in 2 weeks. So that will be interesting in itself. And, you know, we're hoping that'll be good turnout, high turnout for this. That's really important, high turnout. So
Nous souhaitons que va grand pile monde qui va prendre la rue pour deux forums que nous va gagner pour venir là, gagner un demain soir et puis gagner l'autre dans 2 semaines. Oui, nous espérons que nous sommes capables de gagner quelques gros endorsements, mais cependant, semble-t-il qu'après des temps, après l'élection primaire là, pour faire surface, pour capable nous poussade que nous avons besoin pour nous arriver à destination. Now, speaking of forum, the last one was actually canceled. Somebody chicken out, somebody run away, coming up with excuses that were just, didn't make any sense to me because they could have known that the building was an appropriate way before that they have accepted to participate in. Tell us a little bit more on this one. That somebody checking out.
yeah, I think Jean-Claude, at the end of the day, people do not want to have a debate with me. They don't want to hear me questioning their record, and most importantly, exposing their lies. And I think that's where our mayor and our incumbent stems from what I've been hearing on when he's knocking on doors. And I heard he does not want to debate me. The forum tomorrow that we're hosting, we will not be on the same stage. It's on Zoom, and I heard it was his preference for him to make sure that him and I, are not on the same platform at the same time. And so the reality is he's afraid. He's afraid I'm going to call him out. I'm going to tell the truth, and he can't hide from his lies. And that debate that happened 2 weeks ago was a public reaction to his fear of debating me, because incumbents feel as if they can hide and they can say whatever they want, and they don't have to uh, speak to the people. But in reality, they should always be ready to talk about their record. I mean, if you're mayor for 14 years, I feel as if any single day that I get the opportunity to talk about what I've done, I would take it.
Chaque jour, je suis l'opportunité pour me parler de dossier, moi, je fait li, parce que je suis bon maire de mon ville pendant tout le temps ça, pour me donner un peu. Apparemment, semble-t-il que M. Di Maria a très peur de jeune demoiselle si là ça, ou une jeune dame ça, il va faire face ensemble avec lui, il peut voulu que M. Fouet dans la il peut voulu M. dire c'est de vérité, il peut camper devant Mamzelle pour lui parler ensemble avec lui. Et raison très simple, il connaît que Mamzelle est capable pe des trous dans le ballon, dans le vessil là. Et pour ça que le fait, pour le travail que le fait, pour mauvais manifestations que le fait dans la ville là. Tout ça, c'est un achat que je suis capable de mettre dehors. Et le peut, il dit, c'est ça qui fait que, dans quand le fait de messieurs l'a fait à travers par Zoom, parce que le pas main sur le même podium, ensemble avec petite finnois qui c'est GERLY ADRIEN, qui a battu du bec et des ongles pour faire remonter la fierté haïtienne dans la ville de Everett dans ces circonstances si là. I know your campaign have attracted a lot of people. A lot of immigrants have really jumped on board. Tell us about the recipe.
About diversity.
All of these
Oh,
people.
adversity. Yeah. It's been an interesting journey on the council, but I'm thankful to God for it, because it helped me get my name out there. It helped me, make a lot of new friends with elected officials, and most importantly, it allowed me to get my work out there more in the community. Every month I give back to Everett. Every single month I do some type of initiative, and people in the community, not just in Everett, have been able to help support me with that. And so even though my council colleagues don't like me, are not fans of my work, I know that my work is supported across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Mwen konen ke travay mwen li supporte a travers an pi moun a travers la kou Massachusetts ki ede nan dosye si la sa, nan moun si la sa. E fok mwen di nou kon sa ke mwen travay tre dur, mwen di bon Dieu merci pou tout zami, pou tout moun ki kampe, os entourajman yo. Chak tamba on plan nan kominote a, menm la ke an pil nan opozan pa fin to kampe ansam avek mwen, menm toujou kon an inisiativ mensuel ke mwen devlope e ke mwen jwen tout support autour de lui-même. You have been welcome into so many homes, and a lot of them happens to be immigrants within the city of Everett, which is the city of immigrants. How are you able to navigate this to really get them to love GERLY the way they do?
Well, I love to bring politics in a whole different way. I tell people all the time, you tell me an issue, I let you know how politics impacts and can change your life through that issue. And so in my city with immigrants, right, it's how you communicate to them. It's how often you talk to them. Not just showing up around election time, but showing up often, visiting, and most importantly, supporting and being there for them. I give out my cell phone to everyone, right? It's on the website, and people call and text me all day. And I do my best to call back or answer and talk to them. And it could be issues from, trying to find a refrigerator or housing issue or trying to find food or help pay the bills. And this, like today, Haitian man called me about his tree branches. And it's just taking the time to listen and talk with them and treat them like they're their family, right? It's Everett has been a big family to me, and all my residents. Like I love, 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 love. Like last week and a half, I've been collecting items for Haiti. So many of my Everett residents stepped up and helped donated, right? Just because I've asked, and it just shows a testament to my work. How I've built relationships. That's really key. And so, with the immigrant population, I think it's just important for them to know that you're going to be there for them. And I believe people know that I'm there for them. I really care.
Là, pour eux-mêmes, c'est expression girly qui est super important. Et girly vient pas typique, typique politicien qui a pris avantage de monde seulement dans le moment de l'élection, mais il campait là ensemble avec eux pour différentes raisons. Différentes raisons telles que il paraît pour le tacler n'importe sujet ensemble avec eux, et il là avec eux dans bon temps comme mauvais temps, il toujours parle avec eux, pas non seulement dans le moment de campagne, il supporte eux, li tende apel yo, li bay yo accès avec téléphone ni, moun kapap pale avec n'importe sujet qui possible. Jodi a gon haïtien qui le kap pale de question de pied bois, branche bois qui a pas problème. Gen l'autre moun qui le sous l'autre pour l'autre raison. Li traité autant que la traité famille et il était commencé à collecter bagay pour pays d'Haïti depuis tremblement de terre là. Eh bien, en pile monde répond parce que le demande yo. Ça son témoignage de ça que l'a fait comme travail dans zone là et que est vraiment encouragé et mobilisé pour lui faire ça. You are about to change and making history in Everett. And it seems like the city is ready for it. But again, becoming a mayor in a city with a body that is very reluctant it was reluctant to you from the get-go in terms of when you become a city councilor. Now, by becoming a mayor, do you think that you will get their full collaboration? Speaking of the body of the city councilors.
Well, personally, I have 5 candidates who are running on the council as well. 2 candidates, right, running in September with me, and then the other 3 running in November. I think as people, we need to have multiple strategies, right? And I knew that when I was running, I knew I had to give up my seat. And Jean-Claude, it was important for me to find another Haitian, another Black woman, so where I was passing down the seat. I think we don't have these conversations where we're mentoring and guiding and pushing good people to run in these seats right after us. And I took a whole year and a half to do this, to find good candidates to run and to support them. And so, Gerline Alsey, a great woman, experienced woman, worked at City Hall for 9 years, very well known in the Haitian community, always gives back, big heart, is running for my seat, and just been pushing and promoting her. You vote for me, you vote for Gerline. That's just how we've been going around. And people say it's a risk, but for me, like I said, the seat's not just about me. It's making sure that we're passing down and ensuring that we just keep this going, right? It's not just about having the one and only. We need to have one plus others. And so that's, one of my strategies. And then the other strategy is to have other people on the council who don't always agree with me. They may not always agree, but they're open and can work and bring more positive.
Bon, Gerly, ça t'a prouvé nous atmosphère là, comment il changer parce que il déjà travaillé avec 5 city councilors dans la ville si là ça qui a collaborer ensemble avec lui. Il saute parler de deux initiatives pour que non seulement il était pensé à faire un travail intergénérationnel pour que lui-même, il voulait passer bâton ensemble avec RC, lui-même qui a continué, qui a expérience qui a travaillé en l'institution de Lazare, qui a apporté un rapport. So, il a préparé un encadrement qui pourra collaborer avec lui en tant que maire dans la ville de Lazare pour capable remporter la victoire. Cependant, on va approché vers la fin de l'entretien sur Lazare. Nous souhaitons avoir l'autre avec Gerly avant le 24, si Dieu veut. Mais Gerly, if you were to take the advantage tonight of launching out a message to all your brothers and sisters who are listening out there throughout Massachusetts, who could rescue the ship by helping it getting on shore on time on the 24th to really make history, what would you say to them to really get involved and participate?
The mayor of Everett controls almost $300 million. And I asked people in the city, do you know where a dollar goes to help you? And most people say no. And I said, I want to change that. I want to change that for every single resident in the city. And I want to make this a better city. But I can only do that if you come out and vote and you encourage another person to vote. We can really change how government works for people. But if you stay home and you don't participate, then it's going to be the same. And it's going to be the same for years. And we really need to change that. So again, I'm hoping you come out, you support, and you bring a person and vote for me, vote for change, vote for somebody who's going to put the people first on September 21st.
Also on September 24th, people probably needs to get a hold of you, get in touch with you. What are their ways and means possible? And you're going to need a lump sum amount of hands to help you on that day, on Elections Day. For those who are willing to support all throughout Massachusetts, how can they do that?
Yes. So you can go on my website, GERLYADRIEN.com, GERLYADRIEN.com, and you can help sign up. You can call or text me, 617-835-8267, and let me know that you want to help. We are taking people from knocking on doors, making phone calls, holding signs on Election Day, the day before election, as well, to help drop palm cards at the doors. But we know that this is a group effort. You don't have to live in Everett. You can come and help out from afar.
And you're still doing visibility also on Tuesdays and Thursdays, ma'am?
Yes, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 9 a.m.
Before the 24th, one of these days, you're going to see Jean-Claude waiting for you at the square, or waiting to wave to everybody that is passing by. Mesdames et messieurs, c'était Gerly Adrien que nous avons ensemble avec nous. Nous sommes capables d'aider, nous sommes capables d'aider le réussir. Nous n'avons pas besoin de vivre dans Everett pour nous aider. Et 300 millions de dollars à dépenser dans la ville ici. Ça nous avons connaître chaque dollar ça a dépensé. Et nous sommes capables, porteurs de changement, si nous voulons voter et participer, et si nous sommes capables de sortir et porter support à Gerly Adrien dans l'élection pour faire le 24, si Dieu veut. Là. Nous avons consulté, visiter notre website, offrir nous comme volontaire, relais dans 617 835 82 67 et is it 8269 ou 8267?
8267.
876. Et nous sommes capables de déposer un flyer dans la porte, nous sommes capables de parler avec le monde pour lui-même, nous sommes capables d'encourager, mobiliser l'autre monde pour aller voter dans le jour d'élection, parce que pour lui-même, c'est super important. Pas arrêter dit la main du ciel pour aller tomber vinn joindre nous. Si nous besoin une petite fille nous représenter dans Everett, faut nous lever, faut nous travailler dur, tant qu'on travaille dur et le traçon exemple pour nous-mêmes. Il travaille matin, midi et soir. Si nous voulons camper avec les mardis, les mercredis, les jeudis dans Everett Square, dans Broadway, nous allons rejoindre avec Jean-Claude, nous avons rendez-vous soit mardi demain ou bien jeudi prochain, si Dieu veut. Entre 7h et 9h, nous avons là. nous capables d'aider. Nous-mêmes qui venons dans Massachusetts là, si nous lever nous petit ça le bras n'a gagné premier maire ici dans la cour Massachusetts. Alors on fait devoir non, on mette le propre, de temps que l'on mette le propre pour capable réussir. We want to wish you the best. You have been a perfect example, a role model for the next generations. You intend to work with everybody. You're bridging the gap between the old and the new. We're wishing you all the best, and we are hoping that every Haitians in Massachusetts can stand up with you and really help you achieve this dream, which is going to be part of our victory too as well. Best of luck. Receive our prayers, receive our love, and already receive our victory, because victory are for the one that works hard for it. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.